Hey kiddos, so today we're going to be talking about parallel lines cut by a transversal. Okay, so first of all, let's look at our stuff here, okay? So this line that's going to be here, this is going to be a transversal line, okay? It's going to be a line that crosses through the parallel lines to create pairs of congruent and supplementary angles, right? So this angle right here, let's just label that angle our line, our transversal line. Previously, you know what parallel lines are. They're two lines that never touch, never intersect, right? And then we have our angle pairs, right? So let's say we have something called corresponding angles. So corresponding angles are going to be angles that lie on the same side of the transversal and on the same side of parallel lines. So it would look like this, okay? Right? So these two are corresponding, right? They lie along the same side of the angle, so same side of the line. So we see how this angle is at the top of this parallel line, this angle is at the top of this parallel line, and they're both on the right side of this transversal line, right? I could do it different. I could say these two, or I could say these two, or these two, right? It's all dependent on how they do it, right? So with corresponding angles, they are going to be congruent, okay? And what does congruent mean? Congruent meaning it's going to have the same angle measure, meaning that they are equal to each other. So let's talk about that, okay? When it's a congruent angle, they're going to be equal to each other. So if this is 6, this angle right here is going to be what? 6, right? If we said this one is 6 minus x, and we trying to find out what this one is, we're just going to do, this is going to be 6 minus x as well, correct? So that's what corresponding angles are and congruent, right? What if I had an angle like this? Let's do one that's different. So let's say we have a same side interior angle, right? Interior meaning inside, right? Well, let's look at the first word. First word is going to be same side. So is it going to be on different sides? No, it's going to be on the same side. So same side, interior. So this is inside. So this angle and this angle, right? Or this angle and this angle, right? These angles are going to be what you call supplementary angles, meaning that they add up to equal 180 degrees. So if I said this is 56 degrees, what is this one? I need to simply subtract 180 from 56, and that number will give me this angle. That's what I mean by supplementary. So we know we went through corresponding angles, same side interior, and then everything just and let's do this. Alternate exterior, okay? So let's say this will be alternate, meaning opposite, right? And exterior meaning outside, not inside, right? So opposite, see, it's opposite of a line, they're not on the same side of the line. And exterior meaning on the outside of the parallels, okay? So with those alternate exterior, you can look at them and you can tell those are also congruent angles, meaning that these are equal to each other, meaning if this is 60, this is 60 as well, okay? Let's look at some problems, okay? Now you have other ones, but it's gonna be the same thing. It's all about the wordplay. Same side, meaning you're gonna be on the same side of this transversal line. So if it says same side, everything's gonna either be on this side or everything's gonna either be on that side. If it says alternate, that means one's gonna be on one side, the other's gonna be on the other side. If it says interior, it's gonna be inside. If it says exterior, it's gonna be outside, okay? Simple as that, right? This will probably be a good time for you to go back and rewatch what I just said if you have any questions or any confusion, okay? Now let's work some problems, okay? Let's say I have 3x here and 6x here. Can we guess what the name of these angles are. If you said same side interior, you are correct. And same side interior angles are what? Supplementary. Okay, so they equal 180, right? So in order to find this, we know that these angles, when you add them up, they equal 180. So I'm going to add them up. 3x plus 6x equals 180. Simple as that. Okay? Let me see. I don't think you can see that. Yes, okay. So 3x plus 6x equals 180. Combining my like terms, 9x equals 180. And then I'm going to divide. I'm just going to solve it out. X is equal to 20. Okay? So when I go back and I put 20 in, I can put 20 in here and 20 in here, and you should get 180. So 3 times 20, you should get 60. And 6 times 20, you should get 120. 120 plus 60 is 180. That is how you would solve a same side interior angle. Also, that's how you would solve an angle that you know is supplementary. Now let's try something different. Let's look at an angle that may be congruent. So let's say we have, this is 7x minus 12, and we're gonna say this one is 3x plus 28. Now remember what we said, congruent angles are equal to each other. Congruent angles are equal to each other. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the angles and make them equal each other. Simple as that. 7x minus 12 equals 3x plus 28. And then I will solve that equation. Okay? Plus 12 on both sides. 0, 1, 3, 40. And then I'll bring down my 3x plus 40 equal to 7x minus 3x on both sides. 7 minus 3 is 4x equal to 40. Divided by 4 on both sides, x is equal to 10. So if I go back and put 10 in here and put 10 in here, first of all, did we name these angles? I hope we did. If we didn't, these are going to be called alternate exterior angles. If I go back and put 10 in for x, both of these numbers should equal each other. Not necessarily going to equal 180. They're probably not going to equal 180. They should not equal 180. They should equal the same exact number. So let's see. 7 times 10 minus 12. So 7 times 10 is 70. Minus 12 is about 60, 58. So over here, I'm going to put in 10. 3 times 10 is 30. 30 plus 28 equals 58. So see how we have the same number here. We said that this angle is equal to 58, and this angle is equal to 58. Okay? Let us try one more before we end the video. And this one, I want you to pause the video, please. And I want you to pause the video and try to solve it on your own, okay? So please take a minute. This says at the top 9x plus 8, and right here it says 4x plus 18. Please take a moment. Let me get closer for you. Take a moment and try to solve this problem on your own. Okay, so first of all, what are the name of these angles? These angles are called corresponding angles, and they are congruent. So again, remember when we say that something is congruent, that means that they are equal to each other, okay? So I'm gonna set them equal to each other. 9x plus 8 equals 4x plus 18, okay? Draw my line, and then I'll just solve it. So I'm gonna say minus 4x on both sides, because whatever I do to one side, I do to the other. 9 minus 4x, I get 5x. Bring down everything else, my plus 8, my equal, and then bring down my 18. Now I have 5x plus 8 equals 18. So I'm gonna move my number over, negative minus 8 on both sides. 18 minus 8 is 10, equals to 5x. I'm gonna divide, I'm trying to get x by itself, so I'm gonna divide it by 5. 5x divided by 5 is just x, and 10 divided by 5 is 2. So with these being corresponding angles and they're congruent, meaning they're equal to each other, when I put 2 back in, what should happen? I know you can't answer me, but you should have said that these numbers should now be the same. So I'm gonna say 9 times 2 plus 8. 9 times 2 is 18, plus 8 is going to be 26. And then I'm gonna put 2 here. 4 times 2 is 8, plus 18 is 26. Okay? If you have any questions about this, please contact me and let me know. I hope that this was helpful for you today, and enjoy the rest of your day.